Riley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Tuesday, April 19th. So today we have the moon in Sag all day. So we're thinking big, we're thinking positively, we're very optimistic, we're gaining clarity. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. And overall, we just kind of want to shake the funk, the heaviness, the weight that we've been in, and we just kind of want to have some fun. So today is the day that we shift out of Aries season and into Taurus season. But the sun will not be moving into Taurus until very, very late in the day, 10:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to be exact. So we do have the bulk of the waking hours of the day while the sun is still very much in Aries, pressurizing us to learn the lesson that Aries season was built to teach us, which has a lot to do with how it is that we are rebuilding ourselves, our identity, the new beginnings that we want to initiate, energy management, how to control our excitement versus our anger, and where it is that we have to kind of put the blinders on, not look back, not look in the rear view mirror, and just focus on moving forward. So we are going to feel that pressurized energy. Towards the point in the day when the sun is moving out of the critical degree of Aries and into the 0 degree of Taurus, you best believe that we are going to feel that energetically. I am going to recommend that you go ahead, that you listen to the astro forecast that I put out for Taurus season. But to summarize, basically, we have been going balls to the walls in this fire energy, just pushing, just action, just moving forward, trying to get all riled up, fired up, bringing that spark back, bringing that desire and passion back. And then moving into an earth energy, it's going to feel like we ran into a brick wall. Physically speaking, things slowed down. We get weighted, we get heavy, we got to ground. Earth energy, we got to come back down to earth. We got to get logical and practical. We got to slow our roll. Steady, slow and steady wins the race in Taurus season. And we have been doing nothing of slow and steady type of energy in Aries season. So there are 8 different aspects taking place today. 7 of them involve the moon. The moon, still in Sag energy, is going to square off, create a tension and a conflict point with Mars, who is in Pisces energy. Here's the thing. The moon in Sag just wants to kind of have fun, wants to keep things light, wants to keep things fluffy. We're bouncing around though. The downside to Sag energy is that we don't have a focus, we don't have a direction. Mars, who just wants to act, and again, think about it this way, Mars rules over Aries season, and he's about to be dethroned and hand his crown and hand his throne over to Venus, who's going to rule over Taurus season. So Mars is kind of like grasping at straws. He wants to like flex his masculine energy, right? But he's in Pisces energy. He's passive aggressive. He can't make no moves unless he's divinely scripted and inspired to do so with intuitive insight and a gut reaction in order to make a move. He's not going anywhere fast. The moon in Sag, bumping into Mars and Pisces in this way, is a conflict because the moon in Sag wants us to focus on the future, wants us to think optimistically, wants us to, just move and take an action, move in a direction. And Mars can't. He's stunted out. He's frustrated. He has to wait until he's overwhelmed with a divine mission and purpose in order to push himself forward. So we are feeling a little bit overwhelmed at this point. There's a lot of frustration because we wanted everything to happen like yesterday, 2 weeks ago, 6 months ago. We are tired and impatient of the time that it's taking to actually make the transformation that we know that we're moving into. The moon bumps into the sun. And again, moon is your emotions, your unconscious self, your heart space. The sun is your ego, your drive, your focus, your energy, your attention, your will, your determination. And anytime that the moon and the sun get together, it's like old self versus new self kind of argument. They are bumping together in a positive way though, which kind of illuminates the fact that we know what we got to let go of in order to embody the new qualities and characteristics of the drive and the direction that we know we have to take. The sun, at this point, this is the last aspect that the sun in Aries is making, is with the moon in Sag. So this is a good energy because Aries energy is a fire energy. Sag energy is a fire energy. We're kind of blending these two together saying, okay, we know we're ready to muster up the courage and the bravery that we need to move forward. We know we're not looking back. We know we're focused on the possibilities, the silver linings, the rewards, the blessings that are coming to us. The only thing that's frustrating us right now is that we're living on a hope and a dream. We actually don't have the solid evidence in our physical realms to suggest that we're even pointed in the right direction. But we know in our heart space, in our soul space, that we have a new determination, a new spirit, a new energy taking over that will get us to where it is that we want to be, as long as our egoic self doesn't continue to create situations to block our blessings. The moon bumps into Saturn, the Lord of Karma. And of course, Saturn's whole lesson has been showing us what it is that we need to do in the here and now in order to build new systems, structures in our lives, new roles, new responsibilities that karmically we've been hesitant and actually stepping into. But the moon in Sag bumping into Saturn in this very harmonious way is making us very positive, very optimistic, almost sure that we're ready to level up, that we're ready to boss up, that we're ready to get building. And we're about to move into Taurus season. So it's all about building and creating and giving birth to solid foundation systems and structures in our physical realms to support new routines, new relationships, new money matters, a new dream, a new direction moving forward. So the moon bumping into Saturn in this particular way is kind of reassuring to us that we're positive, we're happy, we're inspired to hold the vision, to hold the dream. We're ready to get to work. We're ready to put the pieces together. We gain a lot of clarity with this particular aspect. The moon trines Chiron. A trine is a good energy. Chiron is the wounded healer. He is in Aries. So again, it's fire on fire. The moon in Sag blending, trining with Chiron means that we're ready to move past some of the egoic identity crisis issues that we've been having. Many of us want a different life, want a different dream, want a different reality, but not willing to be the different version of ourselves in order to actually receive it. The moon in Sag bumping into Chiron in this way is actually pumping us up. Like, this is a hype girl type of energy, a cheerleader type of energy. We are thinking big, we are thinking bold, we are thinking courageously about what it is that we have to do within ourselves to become the best version of ourselves, to put ourselves in a situation, in a position to actually receive the rewards and the blessings and the abundance that we've been praying for. The moon will semi-square Pluto, though, and this is where we take a step back. Again, I keep kind of wanting to remind you every single time we take one big step forward, that we raise our vibration, that we raise our frequency, that we're feeling good, that we're flying high, those dark force energies come in to try and pull us on back into that fear vibration that will keep us stuck and in a state of paralysis, of non-growth, non-evolution. The moon semi-squaring Pluto right now, the great transformer, is really putting a lot of pressure on us because we're not so positive, we're not so happy. Suddenly, our inner narrative is reminding us of the pain, of the suffering, of the disappointment, what ifs, right? What if I'm not good enough? What if we never get there? What if I fail at this? What if I'm betrayed? What if I'm abandoned? What if I'm alone? All of these what ifs are a vibration and frequency of fear. And that fear is what the dark force agenda feeds off of. We just had a huge leap in faith and optimism and intuition and self-will and self-determination. This is when things start to fall apart. Mind you, this is like 8:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are getting very close to the sun leaving Aries energy, moving into Taurus, which means that we're getting a universal cosmic shakeup. This is where doubts come in, insecurities come in, where we feel the pressure. We won't know left from right, up from down. This is where confusion starts to take place. The moon goes ahead and bumps into Uranus, speaking of confusion, the great awakener who likes to provide us with all kinds of insight and vision for the future. But the moon in Sag bumping into Uranus in this way likely comes from an outside activation and source that creates more confusion than clarity. that creates more of a want, need, and desire to detach from our social scene, from our external realm environment in order to move within ourselves and really get a grip on what it is that we're not so happy with right now, where it is that we feel emotionally unstable, where it is that we're not feeling as hopeful and optimistic about the future as we did just a couple hours ago. At 10:24 p.m., this is when the sun moves in to Taurus. You will likely be going to bed early this night. You will likely feel like maybe you got hit by a Mack truck. Maybe you feel like you're getting the flu. Again, please go ahead and listen to the ascension forecast for this week. It will definitely open your eyes to some of the physical symptoms that we experience when the energy shifts. But the sun moving into Taurus is going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of an adjustment period to get comfortable with, because we're coming out of a bounce around, fired up, moving forward, even if there's no direction energy of Aries. And now we got to get grounded out, become a little bit more present in our bodies and our physical realms. And that does not feel good. We are going to end the day off, though, with the moon bumping into the sun. This is the very first aspect that the sun in Taurus will have. It's not the most positive one, I will be honest. And the moon in Sag, of course, who wants to think big, wants to think positively, who wants to think optimistically, who tends to be a little bit extra, semi-dramatic, bites off more than we can chew, bumps into the sun in Taurus that just ain't having it. The sun in Taurus is like, sweetie, you need to come out of the clouds, okay? You need to get real with yourself. You need a good reality check. You need to swallow a truth pill, okay? We ain't having the dreams. We're not having the ranting. We're not having the flying high and talking about all the possibilities of the future. No, the sun in Taurus is like, no. We have to focus on our present moment and get our shit straight here in the now before we can even think about wasting time living in la la land about the future. So this is why I say it's going to be an adjustment period for us to get used to this energy. This is about building and creating and giving birth to new foundations, new systems, new structures, new routines for our daily lives, how we take care of ourselves, how we build ourselves up, our relationships, and how that cup overflows into our own self-worth. And money matters. We have a lot of goals that we need to reconsider, and it is going to take a little bit of time in order to adjust to the very heavy, very slow, very steady, very weighted energy of Taurus season.